Welcome back to the channel. I'm Rochelle and this is Brampton Gardener, and on today's episode we are going to be starting the fall garden and do my exciting onion harvest. Stay tuned. Now this is going to be the first year of actually doing an official fall garden. I had never really thought of doing one before. I figured I was in too cold of a climate, but I am seeing plenty of people on YouTube that are doing it and I thought might as well try. So I'm going to be planting a bunch of cold hardy annuals. So a lot of people, I just started my peas a few weeks back and they're doing really well. My beans have been transplanted, so they're not technically a fall start, being as I started them in summer, but they had such a bad start that they're hopefully going to end up being a fall crop and keep producing up until frost. I will also be starting a bunch of different greens and I will be showing you those and take you along with me for the planting. Okay, are you guys ready? I hope you have a drink. I hope you use the washroom, because I am going to keep you here for my entire onion harvest, start to finish. No cropping, no fast forwarding, no music interlude, nothing like that. The whole thing, start to finish. Are you with me? Ready? Go. Oh, twist. I don't want to get it on the roots and the dirt. Got to twist it out. Ta-da! My 2021 Walla Walla Sweet onion harvest. There she is. Isn't she beautiful? Oh, she smells amazing. So now I gotta watch all those videos on how to store them properly, because I don't want this to go to waste. What went wrong? Comment below if you know what went wrong with my onion harvest. So they started out really good. I started the seeds early in January or February. I put out my sets. They looked really good when I planted them. And then I had this great idea of planting something with it. Watch the video. Okay, so this first one here, I think I'm going to go with early Scarlet Globe. And hopefully these will be done bulbing up before my onions. So I'm just going to put a couple in each hole. Seemed like a good idea at the time, but I forgot the fact that I cannot grow bulbs on my radishes. For some reason, it just doesn't work for me. I do not know why. I think I got 2 bulbs out of all of those seeds that I planted in that video. The rest did this. And so I had, these were full of the kale, and then these were full of the lettuce, and these started to get huge and big with the radishes. And I just think there wasn't enough sun. Like this, I pulled one out in a previous video over in my other pot when I was planting the beans in. I pulled another one out and it was actually smaller than this. So I just think they got so crowded out, they didn't get enough sun. So next year I will be trying it again. I will be doing them in different buckets though, where they would get full sun, and I will not be putting anything high and tall or big or radishy around them. So as I am harvesting certain items, I am getting left behind with some big pots. So I top this off with some fresh potting mix on top, and I have a couple sad looking petunias, so I might prune them back or just let them do their thing. And I'm going to be planting some greens in here. So I'm going to go get my seeds and my labels. Label. Okay, so I've also done a bit of an experiment. I don't know if it's going to be a good idea or a bad idea. We will find out shortly. So the way I prune my tomatoes, I leave them pretty bare at the bottom, and then sometimes you can get just kind of these ugly stalks and they don't look super exciting. So what I decided to do was start some peas. So I put a couple peas in each bag, and the idea is that these peas are going to kind of climb up the stems. I have the fence along there, and it's going to utilize the bottom half of these plants and use the tomato stems as a bit of a trellising situation. So we'll see if that works or not. So that's an experiment I'm trying this year. Here on this side, I'm going to be pulling out a lot of my radishes. They started taking off. I have a bit, I think that's arugula in there actually. I'll be harvesting, pulling that up so that I have room to start some more of my fall crops. In here are my, I have a couple beans. I planted some noodle beans, so hopefully they'll be taking off and do their thing here. And then I have a few peas coming up at the back. And then I planted these beans. These are the ones that I transplanted from the top of my hill in my Taking Care Business Challenge. So I think they're doing really, really well. they transplanted. Some of them, like this one here, died. So this one here was just a stick when I planted it. So I'm not surprised. I guess I should have spaced them out a little bit better. This one is going to be the purple. So I'm excited to see that. And there's another purple one there. So they're just kind of intermixed. I don't even remember which is which. And oh my gosh! Look at that! My first little bean pods. And look at this. Is this not the cutest little thing you've ever seen? OMG. That is so cute. Oh, I love it. So yeah, the beans, I might actually get a harvest of beans this year. So I know everyone else is like starting their fall beans. These are still my summer spring beans, but whatever. And then I will be pulling out my this radish for sure. I will be eating the green pods if they're not too hard. And then we'll be harvesting the seeds from these. I did plant some peas on this beautiful little old tomato cage. So hopefully that will fill in nicely and we'll get some peas off of that and see how long they can go into the fall. I'll be excited to see if they can actually take, take some frosts. So that will be nice. Okay, so this is what we're going to try and be finding some homes for today. So I've got my labels made. If you didn't watch my video on tomatoes, I am using cut pieces of mini blinds. So here's the thicker piece. I just cut these into fourths, I think. And then for the smaller ones here, I just cut these pieces here in half this way and then in half that way, because I don't need giant ones for some of these tinier pots. It was ridiculous. So anyways, first up I have spinach. This is my Nature's Always Fresh Blooms Stale Long-Standing Spinach Seeds from Rainbow Seeds in New Brunswick. This is, let's attempt this, Mitsuba Kansaki Green Petiole, not sure how to pronounce that. I got this in a seed swap, as you can tell, so we are going to give that a go. My French breakfast radishes, because I'm a glutton for punishment apparently. I can't stop trying it. Got the seeds, might as well use them. I'm going to do a little bit more red amaranth. Apparently this is very similar to callaloo. It's in the same family, if not the same thing. I'm not sure, but it's related. I have my collard vate. I'm going with vate because that's the seeds I got in the swap. Sorry, I don't have Georgia collards on hand. And then I have some red escarvita cabbage, so I'm going to be trying those little babies. And some Osaka purple mustard. And then I made an extra label for the other red amaranth that I had not labeled before. And I will be popping these in the dirt. So I'm going to try and figure out where I want everything to go, and I'll show you when I'm done. Thank you so much for watching me going around the garden and trying to get my fall planting done. I stepped inside the house because the air conditioning is on and it is getting pretty hot outside. It's also very noisy out there right now. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and click that subscription button so that you can see how these harvests do. Hopefully I get something out of them. I overseeded pretty heavily just to give me better chances. So all of these are greens basically. So I thin them out. I will just go and harvest them as baby greens. So that will be yummy and exciting. So I did a couple of them I have never grown before. The green petal, Mitsubu. I'm going to do some research on that. I don't even know what it's going to look like or taste like. I do believe it is a lovely Japanese green, so I am excited to try that. So let's just hope that this whole fall planting, we get less pests, less pressure from that. I had a lot of slugs and earwigs that were a real problem for some of my greens earlier. And it will be also nice to have some greens going into the fall. My tomatoes are producing like crazy. The peppers are growing nuts. My herbs, all aside from the cilantro, which are toast, they're doing really, really good. So right now I'm just like kind of in prime peak harvest season. So it'll be nice to have some greens to go along with it. I was going to start some more lettuce. Oops. I'll have to go grab my lettuce seeds. I didn't have them in my fall sowing group. I should be a nice selection, I think, for the fall. I also am going to go out and harvest a few of the kohlrabi leaves for some salad today. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.